Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War.
And today I have your weekly preview for the week of March 10th, 2025. So we'll be getting into the Soul Forge, everything going on this week, the event key drop table, the glory shop, the trade stone. There's a new PvP season. We have a journey event. We got the Tuesday faction event, the class event. All kinds of stuff going on this week. Mostly the journey and then the new PvP season, I think, is the two things. Then the new mythic's still there and everything, so that's pretty cool too. But we'll be going over all of that. I want to thank you for watching and shout out to all my members out there. Appreciate y'all. If there's anything in this video that you guys don't really need or think I can cut out of the video, then let me know. I'm looking to make these shorter and faster and just give you what you want. So really let me know if there's like a little segment in here that you don't need. And if it's like overwhelming, I'll try to take it out. But yeah, let's go to the Soul Forge first thing. I do have the journey video up already, though. 3 teams, high, mid, and low. Wasn't too bad. Crackle leaf. Make sure you use it. Buy up to the weapon. Go check out my video, please. Would really appreciate that. Alright, let's go to the Soul Forge. This might be different for different platforms. You know how it's been recently. Hopefully they get back to having it be the same for every platform. I think once the cycle's over, they could potentially put it back on track for everybody. But let's see what I have here on PlayStation. Ooh, Tesla. Nice. So let's see the mythics first of all. We got Wolf Garrick. Arachnean Weaver. Guardian of Law, and Salamandria. Not a bad one. Kind of sneaky good. You got the Arachnean Weaver and the Tesla in there. Not bad. But as far as the mythics go, I would say Arachnean Weaver is probably the best one. Been a top 10 mythic for a long time. And it's probably still hanging in there pretty close to the top 10. It's nice. 20 green, yellow, purple, Zalkari, elf, monster, web. All enemies deal damage, true damage to the last 2 enemies. If an enemy dies, explode 15 gems. 75% chance to summon a web spinner when an enemy dies, impervious and stealthy. So it's just an all-around banger. It's a good one. So you try to like knock them into range, and then you cast this, and then it blows up most of the board and gets a lot of its mana back. Then if it dies, you have a pretty high chance of getting a really good legendary in web spinner. So it's a super awesome, super solid mythic. Next up, okay, you got Wolf Garrick, you got Salamandria, Guardian of Law is probably last. So it's between Salamandria and Wolf Garrick. I think Wolf Garrick actually has more uses. Salamandria might be a better mythic overall, but I feel like Wolf Garrick gets used a little bit more, so we'll give the slight edge to Wolf Garrick this week for second place. 22 green, red, purple, Magrim Woods, Wargear Beast, deal damage to an enemy, boosted by Wargear allies. If the enemy dies, devour a random enemy. So it's one of those where you will do damage to something and then make it to where the Wolf Garrick kills it the next time, and then you'll get a double kill. Kind of like Scorpius, stuff like that. Useful, for sure. We'll say Salamandria is next, but they're very close. Salamandria isn't bad. It's decent. 24 red, purple, brown, broken spire, elemental naga. Explode all burning gems. Deal true damage to the first 2 enemies. Boosted by burning gems destroyed. Create 2 burning gems when matching 4 or more gems. So it's good as well. I mean, it's just I'm going over like usefulness, like how often you use stuff. Like I do use her. I do use Wolf Garrick. But Arachnean Weaver is definitely the best one. All right, and then Guardian of Law. Not bad. It's kind of above average, I would say. 24, blue, yellow, brown, Sword's Edge, Divine Knight. Choose one, deal true damage to the chosen enemy. Deathmark them and drain their mana, or deal damage to all other enemies. 80% spell reduction, 40% skull reduction. Pretty solid, but I don't find myself using it too much. I think it only does damage to 3 enemies, right? And then if you do true damage, it only does it to 1. It's like those traits that kind of make it above average. So that's your mythics. If you get anything, it probably should be your Arachnean Weaver if you don't have it. If you've been looking for Wolf Garrick to do the kill thing, Salamandria is solid. But Tesla is very good. It's one of the best. It is probably the best legendary in the game. And whenever we go over the Soul Forge and we talk about legendaries, we say you pretty much don't craft legendaries in the Soul Forge. We go over them just for fun, just to put them in order, just to give you an idea of, you know, what order, like where stuff sits. But Tesla is one you would actually want to craft in the Soul Forge. It's the best legendary to craft when you see it here. So Tesla is definitely number 1. I don't need to look at the rest of them. 15 blue, red, Adana, human, deal true scatter damage. 8 true scatter damage boosted by all ally and enemy armor. So 8 doesn't seem like a lot, but it gets boosted like crazy, and then it's true damage, and it's hitting all enemies, and you can 50% start it, and it's just awesome. So Tesla, 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 Tesla. If you don't have this, you should get it. You should really get it. You should get it. I promise. It's like, you know, Rowan is your early target. Queen Beatrix is like after that, and then you kind of go into Tesla after that. It's like your third tier of awesome damage dealing, hitting all enemies type of team that you're going to use in the game. So it's pretty early in the game. If you can get it, the sooner you get it, the better. But yeah, it goes Rowan, then Queen Beatrix, then Tesla. So hopefully you can get that today or this week. So Tesla's the best. Then we have Celastasia, Queen Grapplepot, and Gruz the Undefeated. So a bunch of nothing burgers after that, I would say. Queen Grapplepot does hit all enemies and is a goblin, so that's cool, but it's just never really used. Celastasia, kind of a mana generator, does do a barrier on 4 or 5 gym matches, but we don't use it too often. And Gruz pretty much never gets used. Not very good, so it's definitely last. Tesla's first, Gruz is last, and once again we have 2 in the middle that are just like kind of tied. So yeah, I would say Arachnean Weaver and Tesla are the 2 best things that you could be getting here as far as troops go. Weapons! And congratulations if you do get Tesla today, or even Arachnean Weaver. They're both really good. Let's see what we got here. Burning Claw, I think, is in the Journey event. You're going to buy up to it, so I wouldn't get it here. We got Eruption of Roses, Green Explosion, Fey Allies, Summon a Fey Troop, always good to get. Shimmer Scales Poop, Doomed Plunger. Whenever I say those things, it just means they're not good. Celestial Flask is pretty good. It's, you know, the extra turn really makes it. You put up some potions, you get an extra turn, and then you blow them up with something else. It's alright, it's good. I mean, when it came in, it felt like it was going to be awesome, and then just, I feel like it got followed up by too many other good weapons, and it just kind of got overshadowed, and it just doesn't get used as much as you would think it would get used, but it's not bad either. If you're using it out there, like, you know, it's not a bad idea or anything. It's just, I feel like Wand of Stars and the Ruby Weapon, and I just overshadowed it quite a bit. Mystic Manuscript, another Explodey. Purple gems this time for Mystic. Always nice to have. Staff of Poop. Fairy Ring, one of those tools for your tool belt. Remember, if you need to make a Fey team, you know, it'd be nice. You might need it every once in a while. Just a tool that you might need every once in a while. Last Harbor, don't think is very good. Summer Aegis is another tool for your tool belt type of weapon. Trickster Shot used to be super highly recommended. It's just kind of not used as much these days because there's so many other good things in the game that you can get so early in the game that you don't really need. Like Mang and Earth's Fury and Trickster Shot used to be like the first 3 weapons you would go for in the game to do some really good single target damage. But these days you got so many other, like just Rowan's boost ratio, just crazy, lots of armor in the game, so she's really good. And then you got Queen Beatrix is so easy to get in the Underworld, the Foxfire King, Shoggoth, Magma Dragon, you know. So many good things in the Underworld you can get early in the game that you don't really use Trickster Shot as much as you would think anymore. But it is still very good, and you could use it and get through some stuff with it for sure. It's good. I mean, if you don't have it and you have enough, you want to do collection purposes, it would be a good addition to your arsenal. But yeah. Trickster Shot, one of those weapons that used to be very, very good way back in the day that we would be screaming from the rooftops about, but I bet you nobody's screaming from the rooftops about it anymore. So if I was going to say, like, get one thing here, it would probably be the Celestial Flask, most likely, and then get your Explodies, and then maybe Trickster Shot. So yeah, that's the Soul Forge, Arachnean Weaver, Tesla, and Celestial Flask are my recommendations, my highest recommendations. Okay, so that was the Soul Forge. Let's go to the shop and do all of that business, I guess. So we got the shop here. Let's see what the new troop is. Get your Spoils of War. Got Maple Gold Bark. 13 red, yellow, bright forest, elemental fey. Create 5 fairy fire gems and 5 burning gems, then gain an extra turn. 33% skull reduction. Anything with an extra turn on it's automatically decent. Could be a way to fairy fire, maybe. Not my cup of tea for real, but I can see it definitely has some uses for sure. I'm not gonna like say it's amazing and one of the best glory shop troops ever or anything like that, but it seems like it could be used and it seems okay. Just not my cup of tea for real. But the extra turn, I always like an extra turn. If I see extra turn on a card, I know it's good. You know, it's decent at least. All right, we got Arcane Storm Trait Stones. Basically, with her, you could cast her, get an extra turn. Same thing with the Celestial Flask. It's the same concept. You cast her, you get an extra turn, then you blow up the board. Then you get Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire gives you 50% extra spell damage. Or you could burn them and maybe do, you know, something like triple skull damage to burning or something like that. So not bad. Good utility troop, like, to have. Kind of like those weapons I talked about in the Soul Forge, where it's nice to have, and you might use it here and there, and it's... But we get the Arcane Storm Trait Stones. They are red and yellow, so let's go check out what troops you can fully trait right now if you save up your glory, like I recommend. Let's go check it out. Red and yellow. Our next video is probably going to be Friday, so hopefully I'll see y'all there. Alright. Red, yellow, all colors, base rarity, show all. Apply. So these are the troops, just off the top of my head, that you can get fully traded with this trait stone, or at least get closer to having them fully traded with this trait stone. So off the top of my head here, this thing has a 60% skull reduction. I think this dude has 60% skull reduction and 50% spell reduction. Is Chromatisi having that 50% chance to create a ×3 wildcard when matching 4 or more gems? Nothing to sneeze at there. Eye of Argus, you're probably not going to use it unless you have it fully traded, so make sure you get it fully traded. Probably need that trait stone. This thing has Burn and Fairy Fire at random enemy and matching 4 or more gems. Fountain of Stars has a 15% chance to bless all allies when my turn begins. We got some immortals there. Those don't... You know, this thing burns all enemies on 4 or 5 gem match. Ishtara, 50% chance to bless a random ally when my turn begins. Jotnar has give a random ally a barrier on 4 or 5 gem match. Lucy does nothing. It does have 55% skull reduction, which isn't bad. Pharaoh Nefertani, Pharaoh's Curse, death mark a random enemy matching 4 or more gems. Takshaka, of course, if you're using Takshaka, you would like to have it fully traded. Create a 3 ×3 wildcard when my turn begins. Anything else? Voice of Orpheus, cleanse all allies with matching yellow gems. Emberclaw, very good. It's not a mythic, but it kind of does the same thing as Takshaka or Pharaoh Khafru, stuff like that. Convert a purple gems to an elemental star when my turn begins. So if you have like 3 of them with a ruby weapon, it's pretty good. I like doing that. King Selenas, 50% start for Wild Folk. Wild Folk like Scourge of Honor, Queen Beatrix. Garnox, 50% start for Orcs. Not any very good... I don't have any Orcs to say, but hey, it's a nice thing to have. Apophysis is an empowered troop, so it converts green gems to skulls at the start of battle if you have it fully traded. The Great Worm is just like the Eye of Argus, creates 2 skulls when my turn begins. It's just skulls instead of doom skulls. Anything else? Anything else? Ecotl is an empowered converter, one of the best Glory Shop troops we got in the last couple years. Blue gems to yellow, then conjure a light storm. Gimlet's another empowered troop, green to brown. You kind of want to have all these, you know, empowered, green to purple. Got Harpy Mage, 75% start, mostly used when you have potions like Enchant Potion, Explode Potion, because it starts with 75% mana, the board blows up, maybe gives it 1 or 2 more mana, and then you get an enchant that gives you 2 more, and then all of a sudden you have full mana pretty quick. It's a good starter for your fights, you know, like... Gets up really fast, and then you blow up the whole board and get everybody else up. So you'll use Harpy Mage quite a bit, so make sure you have this thing fully traded. Guardian Pillar has 50% skull and 25% spell. Anything else? Lamash to an empowered converter, yellow to purple, and does damage. You got your Maple Gold Bark, of course, 33% skull reduction. Whenever the troop comes in, like we're talking about the Glory Shop, Maple Gold Bark is the troop, and the trait stone you get with that troop is this trait stone, so obviously it's going to be used on that troop. Anything else here? Scurvy Sea Dog, another empowered converter, green to blue. So get all these empowered converters. I think this stone is the empowered converter stone. Tricknala, empowered converter. Green gems to skull with the hunter's mark. Really good. And I think that's about it, but man, that's a lot of stuff. So really good stone. I hope you've been saving your glory and not blowing it. And you can get a lot of stuff fully traded and be better off from now on. Like, if you use glory on other stuff, you're like, ooh, I hope I'm buying a scratcher at the gas station, you know? But if you use your glory on trait stones and then fully trait stuff like Eye of Argus and Takshaka and the Great Worm, and, you know, that's forever. And it's a good investment. So think about being better at investing your resources in long-term investments instead of like, I hope, maybe, let's go to the gas station, buy a scratcher, and open a chest, you know? Maybe I'll get a second new mythic. That's not, you know, if you don't have all these things fully traded, you should not be doing that. Alright, so pretty good stone. Alright, event key drop table is Bright Forest, which is important. It is a good one. So let's check it out. Let's say base rarity, Bright Forest, show all. So these are the troops you can get with event keys right now. Event keys work like that. They only give you troops from the Kingdom of the Week. The Kingdom of the Week is Bright Forest, so you're only going to get Bright Forest troops out of those event keys. We got the Fountain of Stars, Suna, and Vernalis. Not great. The mythics aren't really what you're going for with this event key. If you, like, I don't even know which one I would want, for real. Like, none of them are great. Firenze's okay, would be a good, like, good legendary if you miss. Does damage to all enemies, boosted by Fairy Fire gems, then summons a Summer Night. Creates one Fairy Fire gem when my turn begins. Solid legendary there. King Aberon's 50% start for Fae. Rowan's a Fae. There's a bunch of other Fae, like Queen Titania, who's really nice. She's an example of something that's still good. Like Trickster Shot, we don't use anymore very often, but Queen Titania we do still use, like in world events and like this week. And she Fairy Fires a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem match and does damage to all enemies, boosted by red enemies and allies. If there are 13 or more red gems, gain an extra turn. So it's nice to like Fairy Fire the enemy team, hit them with heavy damage. If anything's still alive, hopefully you get an extra turn because there's 13 or more red gems on the board. And then you can just smash them again. Raji Queen's in the Underworld, so you won't get it through this. Child of Summer's good empowered converter, brown to red. You got another one here? No, that's not. Well, I always think that's a powered converter. Leprechaun, I think, is the main thing. So Bright Forest is not one where you save up a bunch of event keys and hope to get a mythic. Bright Forest is more of like, I'm a beginner and this is the first kingdom I'm going to throw event keys at. Because maybe you don't have Leprechaun. If you don't have Leprechaun, it's throw your event keys. It's just 100%, like, good to go. No hemming and hawing about that. If you don't have Leprechaun, throw all your event keys until you get the Leprechaun. And then hopefully while you're doing that, you'll get Child of Summer and Queen Titania and King Aberon. That'd be great. Maybe a mythic. Guess I would take probably Suna. Suna, Fountain of Stars, Vernalis. That's what I would say. So important event key drop table, but not something like a mid or end game player would save up for, but beginners should get excited because if you don't have Leprechaun. One fix to the Leprechaun problem, if you don't happen to get it, is to go to the Underworld and go get, was it Trickster? So go to the Warrens and just open some portals and try to get Trickster. It's like the common from there, you know? It's like the lowest rarity. Does almost the same thing as Leprechaun. It's just a 75% start instead of full, you know, and fully empowered. So a good like budget Temu Leprechaun. And you can get it whenever you want, always, instead of having to hope and pray and wait for a Bright Forest week or hope it's in the Summoning Stones or something like that. Alright, so we did the journey, kind of. I got a video on it. We got the Soul Forge done, event key drop table, glory shop, trait stone. What else is going on this week? So of course it's a Bright Forest week. You have Bright Forest Underspire, Bright Forest Epic Trials. We got a new PvP season. We'll go over that in a minute. The campaign is going on right now. We got Journey as our guild event video. Please go watch it. Leave a like, leave a comment, share it out. Would really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Anita for the super thanks. Get well soon. Sounds like you're doing a little bit better. Good to hear from you. Tuesday, we have the Sunken Fleet. So I'll try to go over that for you in this video, probably a little bit later. Wednesday, we have the Fairy. It's a fairy. It's a Bright Forest Fairy pet. I got a pet active right now, so it says something different there, but yeah. Hero Fant is the class event. I'll try to go over that too, give you something. And then Friday, what do we have Friday? Dude, I don't know. What do we have Friday? I did not do the spoilers, so I kind of need to look into that. What is Friday? Where does it say? Like, I don't think you can... Where do you... I don't know. I'll figure it out. Ooh, we have a vault event, so make sure you open those vault keys. Get them opened up. That way you have 0, and you'll go harder in the vault event. Use your Rowan. Use your Rowan if you're low level and don't have Ironhawk, so you can level up classes. The new Atlanta team's pretty good if you have Pharaoh Catfru, you know. I mean, I don't... It's a little conundrum for me that I don't quite understand, but I don't understand a lot of what people do in this game. You know, the Atlanta thing, if you happen to not have Ironhawk, but you happen to do have Pharaoh Catfru, but Ironhawk's still the best in my opinion. Triple Ironhawk, double Ironhawk, still the best, because no explosion every single fight, like the Pharaoh Catfru does. Slows you down. But yeah, still a cool team if you want to use that. So yeah, Vault Event, awesome. Best time in the game to be getting all your resources, gold, souls, gems, you know, everything. Tarot cards, all kinds of stuff. So get your Wand of Stars from that. You can get your Dawnbringer from that. You can get your all kinds of stuff. So make sure you're doing the Vault events. Best time in the game to be playing. So yeah, that's what's going on this week. Let's check out the campaign. I just like to read it. Maybe this is something, for example, that you don't really want to see. I mean, just let me know in the comments so I can cut some stuff out of this, make it shorter. The bones had not been uncovered, so we were ahead of this cult at last. It gave us time to plan. Tessarion suggested that the best way to defeat the cult would be to try and find a way to defeat the decaying queen once and for all. But for now, it was off on a ship to the Bright Forest. So you got Fire Crystal Slayer and Glory Hound. The first two are just going to happen. The last one you might want to do PvP. What are we getting? Weeping Lilium. Librum of Decay. Convert all gems of a chosen color into decaying gems. Alright, so that's brown, right? It's brown gems. Pretty cool. Sounds alright. Pretty good weapon there. I don't know what's on its tempering, but... I mean, you'd have to get it up and then have the conversion. But you get to choose which color you change into brown, so that's kind of nice. Most weapons that mana generate, kind of you want them up super early in the fight, and you want to get up everything else on your team. This weapon, you would have to like get it up, and then it would be going, but I don't know. Sounds okay. And then we are getting HP as our stat this week. It's a Bright Forest week. Bright Forest is an HP kingdom, so we're getting HP as our stat in the campaign. Alright, what else do we got? So, let's go over the PvP stuff, because we got a new season here. I'm not the biggest PvP guy. I do need to step it up and do more PvP for real. But we do have some new stuff here. Like, you got new Immortals. Hold on a sec. Immortals. Let's check them out. We got Immortal Celine, 26 blue, purple, brown, Silver Glade Rogue. Deal true damage to 3 random enemies, boosted by enchanted allies and enemies. If used in Bay of Stars, deal double damage. Create an enchanted gem when my turn begins. So I think this is the Immortal, the season's Immortal. So you're going to get a lot of copies of this, a lot of souls for this. It's going to be like the Glacia or the Rakia of this season. So you'll be seeing a lot of Immortal Celine. The other one that we got is Immortal Gemini, which looks freaking cool. I honestly like the other one better, but that one is cool too. I like the true part. 26 blue, green, purple. Galvania Undead. Steal life from the first 2 enemies, boosted by purple gems. If used in Winter's Reach, double the effect. 50% chance to convert a purple gem to a purple mana potion gem when my turn begins. So it's Gemini. I mean, she's cool, but not the best. It's good. It's alright. So yeah. Mostly, Immortal Selene, you're going to get through, like, your goals. It's just going to be popping up all the time for you this season, like all the souls for Selene. And then Gemini, I think you have to get through burning chests. What else could we go over with the PvP season? That's about it, just new. What else is there? You know, you got all your stuff here. You want to make sure you get your VP. Oh, there's troops in the PvP shop, right? Where they at? Where they at? Alright, here they are. Alright, so we got a mythic, which you never want to get. Gold marks are so good to use on books. Books are so expensive. Like, think of how much it costs to buy deeds. When they offer you a deed offer, how much does that cost? And then you need 50 deeds to make one book. Do the math yourself and figure out how much one deed book is worth converting it to gems. And then think about how many gems you're spending on this mythic if you get it with gold marks. It's like a nuts. It's crazy. It's like a lot. It's like 100,000 gems. It's crazy. I don't even know how many to say. It's a lot. It's way more than you think. So imagine in your head, would you spend that many gems for a mythic that you're probably, I don't know, are we even going to use it? You know what I mean? It's just like FOMO, fear of missing out. You're going to get it eventually in 2 or 3 months. It's no big deal. Like, it's one of the biggest wastes in the game to get these mythics in the PvP. It's cool. I mean, it's a cool thing to do. Like, you know, shout out to Mark Nugent for doing it, like, one time. Like, that was really just cool to have it first, kind of, pretty much. But for everybody else, for most people, don't do that unless you're playing PvP like crazy and you're in first place like him, you know? 24 green, purple, brown, Magrim Woods, Wargear Beast, deal damage to an enemy boosted by skulls. If they use purple mana, double the damage and inflict bleed on them. So the spell doesn't seem great. There is a 20% chance to devour a random enemy if an enemy dies. I mean, that's not a high percentage, but it's kind of cool. It's like a neat mythic. It's nothing you need, you know? Like, it's not going to change your game at all. Like, if you hurry up and get this, nothing's going to change. You're just going to have it. Everybody else is going to get it later. You're going to spend hundreds of thousands of gems on it. Everybody else is still going to have their hundreds of thousands of gems, and everybody's going to get it one day, and you're going to feel like a fool in 2 or 3 months when everybody else has it too. We got Triviamus, 16, blue-green, Merlantis, Merfolk Beast, deal damage to all enemies and jumble their team. If there is a storm, deal 10 more damage than create an ice storm. Yeah, it might be useful here and there. This one you would get, so you gotta get a lot of VP, but what else are you gonna use silver marks on after you get all the pets? So this one is fine to get. So yeah, is there anything else to talk about in PvP? I'm not the biggest, you know, I don't sit in this part of the game so much, you know. Get all this stuff for just getting VP. Looks like there's stuff missing there. I don't know what that is. Maybe Immortal Selene souls. But, you know. Ooh, I get to collect something. Reach Silver League. Burning marks. Ooh, I got something else. Okay. But, you know, it's the same old, same old. PvP season, new Immortal, a couple new Immortals. Guess I could open my burning chests on video. So far as this goes, the epic burning chest, you only want to open these when there's, like, Ossifer in there. Maybe one, like, maybe Fernax or something, but otherwise, like, I got Glacia, Labara, whatever his name is, and whatever that one is, and Aquaria. So I got Glacia, Aquaria, and Labara. I would never open an epic burning chest with just those in there. I would want Ossifer to be there, maybe Fernax, and then I would do it. But nothing else is worth using these on. You might as well open this, which I'll do right now just to show you that I practice what I preach. Ooh, I got the new one. Nice. That's like a high chance, though. It's the Immortal of the season, so it's not like anything too cool. Anytime you get souls, it's good. But yeah, that's the new PvP season. If you have any questions or I missed anything, put it in the comments. You know how it goes. Go watch one of my streams from like a Tuesday a month or two ago. I do PvP on there. And I have a video on how to do PvP, so go check it out, please. All right, let's get out of here. And what do we got for Underspire, maybe? I'll just give you some suggestions. We're not really streaming anymore. I'm trying to get these done quickly, like help you as much as I can without making it an hour long. But Underspire, I'll give you something. We'll look at what we have. So we have Bright Forest troops. Bright Forest. Weapons, we have to use Bright Forest. So Dawnbringer wouldn't be a bad idea. Dawnbringer. Okay, could do Dawnbringer. A Maldron would be pretty good as well. So Dawnbringer, a Maldron, Queen Titania, King Aberon. There's a lot of Fae here. Okay, I think pretty much every team's gonna have Leprechaun on it. So you could start like with Leprechaun. What would I do? Probably go with the Maldron. Just buy green gems. Got a Fae, we got a Dragon Boss. After that, I might do just Queen Titania, for real. So 2 damage dealers doing physical damage. And then weapon, some sort of mana generator. Could do Celestial Flask with the Leprechaun. Probably go with something more consistent, though. Like Eruption of Roses. Mystic Manuscript. So we don't have brown yet. We do have blue and red. So yeah, this might be my team. Queen Titania can still catch red. I mean, she's easier to get up. It might be better to put her in front. Maldron can still catch blue there. Alright, something like that. Got a lot of green on our team. We could do the red to, for Queen Titania, but she's really just going to be cleaning up and fairy firing on this team, so I don't need to make a bunch of red, so I'll probably do Archer. And then Banner, sort of green. We got purple, purple, purple. Green, purple, minus blue, not bad. We got green, brown, red, purple, blue. We're missing yellow. Alright, purple, green, minus yellow, not okay. So I'd do something like this. So you cast your Leprechaun, get a bunch of mana, hopefully get up at least this, cast this, and then hopefully everybody else is up, you cast those. They're hitting all enemies. Bunch of green on the board, Queen Titania fairy firing. That's what I would recommend, something like this. For you high-level players. If you're low-level, or if you're mid-level and you don't have a Maldron or something, you would just take this off. You could do... You could put King Aberon on there and just use Queen Titania. You could put Firenza on there, do Queen Titania, Firenza. You could double up on Queen Titania. That's what I would say. And then if you're low level, let's take her off. Water Elemental's not bad. Water Elemental. Hits all enemies, stuns. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much... So high level, a Maldron. Mid level, Queen Titania. Low level, Water Elemental. And everybody's going to use Leprechaun as some sort of mana generating weapon. And then, like I said, you could also do the Dawnbringer. Just put Dawnbringer on there with, like, Child of Summer, a Leprechaun, and something else. Maybe another damage dealer like Queen Titania. So that's pretty much the Underspire. Something like one of those 3 teams. Dawnbringer, a Maldron, Queen Titania, Leprechaun, Water Elemental, Child of Summer's decent, maybe even the new Glory Shop Troop, some sort of mixture of those depending on what you have. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. Like, if you want me to make Underspire videos, let me know. Remember, like, it had to be 5 people saying it in the comments, not just 1 or 2. But if you guys really want to, just somebody put it in the comments and then everybody else hit like on it, or if you don't want to comment, I don't know. I just want to do whatever you guys want me to do, but I got to make it as snappy as possible and get stuff done so I can get to other things, That's Underspire. What do we got for the Epic Trials? See, I didn't abandon y'all. I stopped streaming, but I'm still here for you, like I said I would be. You guys are still here for me. I'm still here for you. That's how it goes. Alright, so we got Trials. Epic Trials. Summer Knight, Queen Titania, Leprechaun, Florian. So Summer Knight is a pretty good tank. 40% skull reduction. Gain armor and attack boosted by red gems destroyed, gain barrier. So keep your barrier up on Summer's Knight. So if it loses its barrier, make sure you have it fully charged and ready to get the barrier right back. That's one good strategy for doing this epic trial, is to keep Summer Knight barriered at all times. Then all the while it's gaining attack, gaining attack, gaining attack, and you're going to be smashing them with skulls. 40% skull reduction, so really good tank there. Just keep it barriered and keep building its attack up. Queen Titania's nice, hits all enemies. Fairy Fire, so it's going to be chipping away at everybody else while you're doing the skull damage to the first slot. It's going to chip away at everybody else. Leprechaun, a good mana generator. You know, starts empowered, it's going to get your team going. Florian, drain up to 12 mana from an enemy, create green gems equal to the mana drained. Can you drain stuff? Immune. Stealthy, immune, and immune. So it's pretty much a nothing burger. Florian sucks and does nothing. So, you know, I almost want to put it in first slot and let it die while I build up my Summer Knight. That might be a good strat. So, I don't know. I just thought of that. You could do that, but it does block. It's going to block, like, Queen Titania and Leprechaun getting back up. So that's the problem. Maybe deeper in when you're trying to do the hardest fight. You might do like Florian, Summer Knight. That way you just sacrifice the Florian while you're building up your Summer Knight's attack. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, I think I didn't have too much trouble, so I just threw it on the bottom. But yeah, you could sacrifice it in first slot because it's literally doing nothing. Like, it can't drain anybody. I mean, you'd have to kill everything else on the team to even target the brownie. But good luck with that. Epic Trial's always a good thing to do. Shouldn't skip it. Same with Underspire. Always a good thing to do. Shouldn't skip it. Should give myself my own advice with PvP and not skip that. But, hey. What else do we got? Anything else? I forgot to go over just the basic stuff here. Don't worry, be sappy. New Epic Troop Maple Gold Bar. Get this troop with glory from the Wards tab of the shop. Journey, help your guild travel to a new kingdom, build a team from a troop type Fae, and invade every day. Sunken Fleet, I got to do that in the class event. Sunken Fleet, earn extra faction rewards in this event, a great chance to earn extra chaos shards and progress. New Mythic Troop, Bane of Ambition, exclusive to Glory Gem Guild, a VIP chest for 1 week only. It's a good one, I like it. You might be watching this channel for the last 6 months, and like every new Mythic that comes in, I'm always pooping on it, and I'm being negative, and you see everybody else calling it awesome, because that's view farming. That's how they get views. But, I actually like this one. So, you know, when I like one, it's probably good. I mean, I feel like that's a good thing about my channel is, you know, I poop on it, I poop on it, I poop on it, I poop on it, and then I say something's good, you know it's good then, right? I'm not just calling everything good. I'm not putting the same, you know, not telling you the same story every single video with the same 2 words. PvP Season of Night. New PvP season has started. Don't miss out on amazing rewards. Crown of the Decaying Queen for another 26 days. Week of Bright Forest. All Bright Forest troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Fae. All Fae gain 10% to their skills. And bonus souls. Use the Maple Gold Bar to PvP and Explore to gain 40 souls. I'm kind of just reading those to you. I was thinking of that earlier. Like, I read you the campaign blurb. I'm reading you, like, the troop spells and traits, and I'm reading you the event stuff. Like, do I need to? Do you guys not like that? Like, let me know. I can cut, as long as, I'd love to cut some stuff out for real, like make these shorter. But I'm also trying to give you everything for the week, because I'm not going to be putting a video out on Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday or Sunday, so I'm trying to give you everything you need. There's got to be a balance to it. Like, I can cut something out, but I also want to give you everything you need for the people that still watch and everything, so I really appreciate y'all. Alright, let's do the faction event. So we got Sunken Fleet. Let's see if I can help you out there. I'm cutting out the battles, so I'm already cutting something out. If you want to see battles, go check out my Journey event video. I put battles in there. As far as this goes, I have it all the way done. I have everything done. Here's a low-level team. Black Manacles, Triple Dwarven Gate. They can also do Rowan, Mirage Queen. Rowan, Golden Cog. Alright, let's see. Let's just go over everything. I have a bunch of videos out there, y'all, with blue teams, with red teams. If you're smart, you can go to my channel. You can look them up. Look up blue Tower of Doom, red Tower of Doom. Look up blue PvP, red PvP. Look up any other faction that uses blue or red. Like, you can find a ton of videos with a ton of teams on it. Any blue or red restriction. Or any time. I've done Sunken Fleet, literally. I probably have 3 or 4 videos just on Sunken Fleet that you can look up. But I'll go over it again here. Let you know what I think is the best thing to use. If you have everything, the best thing to use would probably be... Well, you know the deal. It's usually Stellarix. But you got Guard's Avatar. It's red, though, so you can't do Sir Quentin Hadley, so it's not as good as usual. High King Iron Gut. Always good, especially for Deathless. Somebody in my comments said... the new mythic is High King Iron Gut Killer, which I totally disagree with. High King Iron Gut can get up to 100% chance to devour. High King Iron Gut is really good in the Underworld and really good for Deathless. High King Iron Gut has a guaranteed extra turn. Like High King Iron Gut, if High King Iron Gut came into the game after Bane of Ambition, then High King Iron Gut would be a Bane of Ambition killer. So that's the way it really is, not the other way around. But High King Iron Gut Zul'Goth would be really good. So High King Iron Gut, Essence of Evil, Zul'Goth, Harpy Mage or something like that. Be great. You could do the Psycho Mega Missy, it looks like. So if you want to do like Sycorax, Megavore, and Mistralis with a weapon, like a Wand of Stars or something in there. Trying to give you options. You got Takshaka, so you could do Stellarix and Takshaka. You could do Takshaka and like something else. Got Scourge of Honor. You could do Scourge of Honor with King Salinas. So do like Wand, Scourge, or do Scourge Wand or something like that, or double Scourge with King Salinas. Not bad. Tina's not bad. You got Wolf Garrick. Could knock something into range and kill it with Wolf Garrick. Zul'Goth, you can just use that on its own with Centurigon or something like that. Zul'Goth Centurigon would be good. So that's the high-level teams. Stellarix, like always. You got Takshaka there. You got Harpy Mage. You got your Wand. The Ruby Weapon's another good one you could do. Ruby Weapon triple Emberclaw. Ruby Weapon triple Takshaka. Something like that would be great. So if you're mid-level, you could do Ruby Weapon triple Emberclaw. You could do double Captain Sawclaw with Captain McCall, like 50% start this. This thing hits multiple enemies with Heavy Splash. Or it does Heavy Splash. Emberclaw, great. Essensia's here, so you could do Stellarix Essensia with like, you know, something like Stellarix, Takshaka, Essensia or something. I don't know. Got King Averlorn. You got Gob Truffle. Oh, you could do the Truffle Shuffle. That would be Deathless or anything like that. You could do Forest Troll, Gob Truffle, Doomed Glaive, or whatever weapon you want for real. Got King Aberon. So without like showing you the fight, you got Queen Beatrix. You could just use that. Shoggoth. Double up on that with the Miraji Queen, or put it with Queen Beatrix or something. I don't know. Foxfire King with King Aberon. You got Great Worm. You could just do Wand triple Great Worm. You could do Wand triple Eye of Argus. Lots of cool stuff you could do with these colors. So that's mid-level. And then low-level, I got your team right here. You got blue, you got red. You could do Balder, triple Balder. You could do Gargoyle, double Gargoyle, triple Gargoyle. You could do Rowan. Hopefully you have like Gob Truffle and Queen Beatrix and Miraji Queen and all that. Shoggoth, and you could do all that stuff. Even though that's not technically low level, like I still mention it because they're so easy to get. So yeah, that's pretty much the pretty much it for this one. You could do triple Ferocity, Rage Reaver. You could do got Marilith there. All kinds of stuff. You could Pandalista, Rowan. So yeah, what I would recommend is probably like triple Balder, or Rowan, or double gargoyle, but you got this right here too. If you need the team code, here you go. Definitely works. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it definitely works. Faction event, just do the 90 to level 90, get all rewards. You can do it for free. You should do it whether you have Sunken Fleet all the way done or not. It's good rewards, good gold. What else? The class event. So we got, you can see what we got here. We got Hierophant, right? So we'll try to make you a little team or mention some teams. We got Fae, Bright Forest Fae. Is that the same thing as the Journey? Sounds pretty close. I think Journey's Red Fae. But hey, let's go to just anything. I think this is the last thing we're going to be doing. We're almost done. Bright Forest. I guess we don't have to go to Bright Forest. Just go wherever. Doesn't matter where. Come on, idiot. Just go here, whatever, don't matter. And let's make a team. Says open. So we need Bright Force. There's the an Atlanta team. Even though you need triple of a mythic. Which is the same thing as Ironhawk. In my opinion, Ironhawk's better, but what does anybody care what I think? Alright, so what do we got? Base rarity, Bright Forest, Phase. This will hopefully help you out with the class event. And then weapon, you can use whatever you want. So you could do Ruby Weapon. So that's probably what I'm going to recommend for most people. Because Bright Forest Fae isn't the best restriction ever. So you have your Ruby Weapon, right? Bright Forest Fae. What else do we got? You got King Aberon. You got Leprechaun. Could just do this for real. If you wanted to. You should probably diversify, though, and do, like, Child of Summer, maybe. But whatever it takes to get up the Ruby Weapon. I mean, it's the class event. Are you going to be dying and losing and stuff? I doubt it. So I would say something like that. And your class, whatever you want to level. Especially if it's 50% start. But it'll just go faster. If it's 50% start, it'll go faster. If it's not 50% start, hey, at least you're making progress in some sort of kingdom. But I'd say Titan would be the best one. Maybe Archer. But you could level stuff like Hierophant and Sunspear and Corsair. And just try to think of your weapon as blue, red, and brown. So try to use a blue, red, and brown class. But you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But something like that. Most people should have most of that too. If you don't have the Ruby Weapon, you could do the same exact team here with Dawnbringer. You could do just Black Manacles with a bunch of Leprechauns. Maybe take this off since it does red and Black Manacles doesn't work. Just like a couple Leprechauns with a weapon that hits all enemies would probably work. Whatever your weapon is. And then if you need to, like if you want, throw Queen Titania on there, or if you don't have Queen Titania, something that hits all enemies to help out whatever weapon you're using. But you don't really have too many options. Firenza if you don't have Queen Titania. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Cap if you don't have anything else. I don't know. That's the basic idea. I'm kind of giving you the basic idea instead of showing you team codes and running the fights. But I think most of y'all are smart enough to get it. Just trying to help you out, like nudge you towards like the best teams that you could do. I think that's it though. Did I miss anything? With Journey, we have a video on that. A Vinky drop table I did. Glory Shop I did. Tradestone I did. Campaign I did. PvP went over the new PvP stuff. What else is going on this week? We talked about that. We did Underspire. We did Epic Trials. We did the faction event. Oh, the Pure faction. So I'm glad I went back over all that. Pure faction. Deathless is going to be High King Iron Gut Zul'Goth or Zul'Goth Centuragon with like Essence of Evil and Harpy Mage or something. But Pure faction for Sunken Fleet. Where's it at? There it is. Alright, let's see what I would do. Sunken Fleet. I probably have a video on this now, okay? So I'm not saying trust me here. I'm just giving you my thoughts, but I'm gonna say the Mirage Queen for sure. You got to throw that on there. 56 damage to the first and last enemies and bleed them. Choose an enemy, explode 5 of one of their mana colors, and knock them to the back. I definitely don't want a Bone Storm, though. Drowned Sailor. Convert yellow gems to blue. There's a 20% chance to death mark the last 2 enemies, boosted by gems converted. I think it'd be, like, okay to use that. Just to try for those death marks, maybe. I think a lot of your damage is going to have to come from Water Elemental. So I don't know. We got 33% Skull there. Nothing there. So I guess Mirage Queen will have to be your tank. Yeah, I would say Mirage Queen, triple Water Elemental, probably, or throw a Drowned Sailor on there to help with the converting yellow to blue and maybe get some death marks to go off. It's up to you on that one, but, you know, probably something more like this. Can catch purple. We're not really going to be casting it too much. But yeah, it's either that or this. So give it a shot. Good luck on that. If you're doing it today, you're a maniac, and if you get it done, let me know in the comments. But I think that's everything. If it's not, ask your questions in the comments. If you have a different Soul Forge, let me know. Whatever you want to say in there, I really appreciate anything you say down there because you're taking extra time to help me out. If you want to help out the channel, you know, super chat would be great. Like Anita, Chad, DC, Glorfindel. Shout out to Glorfindel. All the people helping the channel, even though we're not streaming. Like, I still need, you know, it is what it is. I appreciate it. Alright, but like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time, which I don't even know when, because you guys really need the Vault event. I'm not sure. I'll probably still do something on Friday, though. So I should see you Friday. And then, yeah, Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays is pretty much what I'm doing these days. So we'll see you then. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace out.